You're listening to Workforce Innovation News, powered by E17. Get ready to hear about all things workforce development and workforce innovation. And now, on to the episode.
Hello and welcome. This is Workforce Innovation News. I am Jamie Korda-Hijawi. I'm the director for E17. We are looking at September being the month for workforce development. And in honor of workforce development, I have invited Lucinda, Hart, and Jeff Fritchtnitch of Effingham Chamber to talk a little bit about workforce development in Effingham. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it, and celebrating Workforce Development Month. I want to go ahead and get you guys to do your own introductions. Tell me a little bit about yourself, what your title is, and what your role is at Effingham Chamber. And then we're going to talk about all the cool things that are happening in workforce development there.
Sounds good. I guess I could get us started off. I am Lucinda Hart, and I am the president and CEO of the Effingham County Chamber. And I joined the organization last year, actually last May, so a little over a year now. And I am, the president and CEO, so lots of hats. Definitely workforce development is very critical in our area. And so, but I do just about everything. So as the president and CEO, we do have 3 full-time staff members and then 2 part-time staff members. And one of them is here with me, who's Jeff Fritchtnitch, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Well, good morning. I'm Jeff Fritchtnitch. I'm the Workforce Development Director for the Effingham County Chamber of Commerce. And I've been in this role for just a little bit over a year. And it's been an honor and a privilege to work with Lucinda as she's come on board, and with the businesses and employees throughout Effingham County and the region.
Awesome. And you both have said that you've been on the job 2 years, just at a year, but already you guys have done so many good things in Effingham. I hear your guys' names all the time. I hear all the good things you're doing. So you're already making an impact, and that's really awesome. Our listeners, they vary. We have a pretty wide audience. So just to kind of talk about what workforce is, I know all of my previous episodes have been very workforce focused, but with some nuances. So this one, looking directly at workforce, I want to kind of give an official or a more elaborate definition of workforce. And one of the fancy ones I've come across is workforce development is the coordination of public and private sector policies and programs that provide individuals with the opportunity for a sustainable livelihood and helps organizations achieve exemplary goals consistent with the societal context. And I thought that was so cool because, one, it makes me sound really smart when I say it, but it's really looking at there's 3 different ways to break down workforce. We're looking at like individual focused policies and programs. We look at it from an organizational perspective, for businesses and staying competitive. And then we look at it from a societal perspective and how workforce contributes to economic stability and growth. So it's really so much bigger than even what we think when we're living and breathing workforce every day. So I thought it would be really cool to get your guys' take on how you perceive workforce development in your roles, and what you are doing in Effingham to kind of further that mission of workforce development.
Sure. I'll kind of, I guess I'll start off. So like you mentioned, it is very diverse. You're talking about the individual, you're talking about the business, the community, right? And so as a chamber, we do focus on all those 3 areas. We are a countywide chamber. And, for example, we had our first live job fair, because we have been doing them through Zoom. So we had that one in March, very, very successful. And our businesses, I think we ended up with it was about 30 businesses,
right,
that were there. And so they, had tables, and then we had the job seekers. And so we provided resources that for the job seekers. We did resume review, and then of course Jeff was there to help them with EC jobs, which he will talk about here shortly, I'm sure. And then we also had mock interviews, and so there was resources for the individuals and then as well as the companies. So it was a great turnout. We will do it again, I'm sure, next spring. And I should back up by saying we have a great workforce development committee that is chaired by Dr. Austin Cheney from Eastern University. And, our workforce development committee meets once a month. And we have so many initiatives. That's just one of several. Pretty soon, here in the next couple of months, in October, we're going to have Manufacturing Day. And that's to help, with our up and coming workforce, to help educate our high school, juniors and seniors in the companies that the jobs that are available in manufacturing. And this year, we're actually combining it with Trade and Skills Day as well. So, but with that, I'll see what Jeff would like to add on to that.
Yeah, Lucinda hit a lot of the components of workforce development in the committee. But Jamie, as you mentioned, there are these three prongs that occur, and each one of those, as they influence the other, helps each other. And so as you get the individuals, and then you get those individuals into the businesses, the employers, and then you see this growth that is systematic throughout not only a specific community, but communities and counties, but also regionally. And so, and I'd also like to add that, and we're pretty proud of this, that some of the things that we have done over the past many years as the chamber has now trickled out to other chambers of commerce, and they want to emulate that and do it in their own regions, which is really exciting, and it's an honor to be able to help those folks in those ventures, because we've been there and done that. So we're pretty proud of those things as well. Lucinda mentioned EC Jobs, which stands for Effingham County Job Opportunities for Business Success, and really that's my focus of my role here at the chamber. It is a web-based program. It is a free program to not only job seekers, but also to the businesses of Effingham County. And right now it is specific to businesses in Effingham County. As of just this morning, we have 122 businesses that have created a profile, which means that they have posted what their business is, what they're willing to do as far as sharing resources from their business, being speakers, host, field trips for students. All of our county schools are partners in the EC Jobs program. And we have, I didn't double check the number of users right now, but I just got 4 new users, independent users on the site just last night. So that continues to grow. So over the course of this year, it really has been beneficial for not only job seekers, but for our employers in the region to be able to have this localized job search engine just specific to Effingham County. And we're very fortunate too. The library here in Effingham wrote a grant and partnered with us in that grant, which allowed us to tap into other folks at different times and to assist them in creating like an individual profile. And the nice thing about it is EC Jobs, and by the way, it's ecjobs.org, and it is on the World Wide Web. I know that most people don't say World Wide Web anymore, but that's what it stands for. And so with that, it's nice to know that anybody anywhere can access it and see what we have locally here in Effingham County, which is, really pretty remarkable, the amount of businesses, both small businesses but also some very large, almost to the point where some of them are international businesses as well.
You're absolutely right. You said earlier, you guys are proud, and you should be. There's so much cool stuff going on in Effingham, and I don't think it would be possible if there wasn't support there from the chamber, from other workforce partners to grow and to develop so much. You both hit on things that we're doing with the local schools. There's Manufacturing Day coming up, and the schools will be coming to participate in an event for that. The schools are interested in having access to EC Jobs and teaching the students how to use that. So can you tell me why you guys think it's so important to be working with students now for work in the future?
Yeah, well, I know that's a passion of Jeff for sure, being a former educator, but, briefly before I'll pass the torch to him is, definitely there are future, right? And so, and I was sitting in a lot of informational meetings, and it's surprising to hear how many students do not go to college. And unfortunately, I mean, the statistic was very high, especially in our area. And we want them to realize that there are great opportunities to be successful here in Effingham County. And we want to make sure they're aware of the jobs that are out there. And, it is because where are they going? You see all those, we're hiring. And if these students, once they graduate, they're not going on to, college or a vocational school or something, where are they going? And unfortunately, they're more likely leaving our area. So we want to make sure that we inform them of what's available. So.
Yeah, that's really the intent. And as Lucinda mentioned, I'm a retired educator, so that there is a passion for making sure that what we have available to our students as a pathway. And so, we have partnered with Lakeland College. That's our regional community college. We do have partnership, obviously, with Eastern Illinois University, and our chairman for the Workforce Development Committee is from the college. We have talked a lot here in the region as school systems, and also how to partner those students and potential employers with those employers. EC Jobs is one of those avenues, providing that exposure through the Manufacturing Day and Skills and Trades also is an avenue for that. It's because, as you will well know, Jamie, as we drive past businesses every day in our communities, sometimes we don't even recognize that it's there because it's just a habit. We don't look at it. But once we get students to walk through those doors and get a tour and see what is being made there or developed there, then all of a sudden this excitement about, and they learn that, you could work there and go get a 4-year degree and work in a certain level there, but you don't have to. A lot of our businesses, and not just our communities here in Effingham County, but, across the country, they're willing to assist in that training. And even to the point where some of the business that I talked to here recently is they're paying for some of their employees to go back to school and get additional professional development so that they can be better and grow within their system. So, that continuing education, but it's that exposure as well. And so that's one thing that EC Jobs also allows, is for the 5th through 8th grade students to be able to get in and utilize the site as an exploration tool for what are the jobs that are out there, not just in Effingham County, but internationally and nationally. But then also to be able to create and start to formulate your own resume of what your interests are, and be able to watch videos and earn badges. And so there's many things that site allows to have happen. But in a broader perspective, the Chamber has made it one of their primary initiatives to do that school to work initiative, because we do see that there are valuable, high-paying, high-wage jobs that are out there that can allow people to stay in the community, earn a great wage, be at home, if you will, and raise a family and do things here that's in a wonderful county.
I love the fact that you are in workforce development and your background is in education, because at least when I was growing up, the message we were getting from educators was, you finish high school, you go to college, you get a 4-year degree, and then you go off, you be a doctor or a lawyer or something. There was not a conversation about, these are the things that are happening in our community that you could do if school's not your best bet, if you are not situated, if you don't have the attention span, you don't have the interest to do a 4-year degree in English or history, that there's so many other options, and it doesn't make you a less valuable citizen or person. So it is so refreshing for me, at least with my background and just the way that we were brought up, but seeing that shift in the messaging and then hearing it directly from you with your background, it is, yeah, it's phenomenal. I love it. It's great. So we see that there's really good things happening in Effingham as far as workforce development goes. And we know that getting the students and getting our future workforce ready, getting them exposed to all the potential opportunities are good for them. But like what is the major benefit to those individuals? We see Effingham growing, but what is happening? What's the benefit to workforce development for individuals in the community?
Oh, goodness. I mean, you know, it's going to be it makes it a stronger community, right? You know, it's one of those things where if you are as an individual, you know, you have the stability of, you know, whether it's a job that you have that's secure, and you have room, you're getting yourself, you know, your additional professional development, so you continue to grow. I always feel like professional development, it's two ways. You grow as a person, and, you know, your company, you're more promotable, so to speak, and there's always that opportunity for growth, personally and professionally, in my opinion. So
yeah, and I would agree with that as well. Another initiative that is highlighting that is the Effingham Regional Career Academy, which will be constructed just south of the Cluthe Center in partnership with Lakeland College. And, you know, the initiative there is now to focus on that individual and that individual training from high school to the business world. But that facility is also going to be able to assist the adult incumbent worker or the adult displaced worker, where they can then go get additional training, learn a skill, develop themselves as a person, and then be able to transition, because maybe they lost their job as a result of COVID a few years ago and just kind of have been wondering where they're going to go and how it's going to happen for them. This is going to be a great opportunity, this environment, to be able to assist them in getting some skilled training and be able to, you know, catapult, quite honestly, their career and their life. And it can be life-changing, and that's what's really exciting. You know, going to college can be life-changing, but going to work can be life-changing as well, because, you know, when you earn that paycheck and you can go look to potentially buy a new car or buy a home or go on vacation, or, you know, all of the things that some people just take for granted because they have the ability to do that. But when you lose your job and you know, we're talking about individual growth. And as we mentioned, how does that systematically help the businesses? And then how does that help our region? It's pretty exciting opportunity.
That is, you just brought that back full circle. I love it. So like between what you guys are saying and hearing that personal growth, development, having a stronger community, a stronger connection to the community, it boils down to workforce development results in an improvement of quality of life for individuals across the entire area. When they flourish, the businesses will flourish. When the businesses flourish and the individuals are flourishing, community does, and it all just really affects each other. It's this big circle, the circle of workforce development. That's what it is. So what other really, what innovative things do you guys have on the horizon? You talked about the Effingham Regional Career Academy, and we know we're finally going to get a building for that here soon, but they're already working on I think it might actually be in action right now, a new class. Do you have any details on the first class for the Effingham Career Academy?
we will on Monday, because Jeff will be doing a presentation to the students on Monday, but yeah, they're up and going already. So
yeah, the class is up and going, and you know, they have the facilitator for the class, and I believe that there's somewhere between 13 and 16 students that are currently enrolled from across the county. That's very exciting. You know, they're going to do some exploratory review of the initial silos of businesses that the academy is going to focus on initially. I get the opportunity on Monday to be able to go there August 29th and be able to share what the chamber does with businesses, but then also what Effingham County Job Opportunities for Business Success is and how those students can utilize that and research businesses. And then the other thing the instructor asked me to do is to talk a little bit about my journey as a professional. So that will be kind of fun too, because I've been kind of all over the place in the educational realm, but now I'm working with businesses and those kinds of things. So, even though you get to a certain level in your life, having some change in employment really can be pretty exciting. And so I get to share that with them too. So I'm looking forward to it. And then we have coming up here in September, we're really excited about an initiative that we've been working on for quite some time, doing a lot of talking about it, and we just continue to run into roadblocks, but which is the Apprenticeship Symposium, where we're going to bring in educators, we're going to bring in businesses, and we're going to talk about how we can start to link businesses to apprentices. And this apprentice program can go down all into the initial stages into the elementary school level. And there's 3 different levels in this programming through Lakeland College, again, the partnership. And that's the one thing I want to highlight is when you have partnerships and people are all talking about the same thing and working collectively for the same target, wonderful things happen. And so September 13th at 8 o'clock is that symposium, and we're really excited about that and what it's going to bring about, not only for our employers, but opportunities for others in the communities.
Awesome. I'm so glad you talked about the symposium. That's happening September 13th at 8 a.m. And where is that happening at?
That's at the Holiday Inn in Effingham, and the registration link is live right now and on the chamber website. So effinghamcountychamber.com, and then just go to the event section.
All right. So just any fun things going on at the chamber that don't even necessarily have to be workforce development related. What do we got coming up going into the holiday season and everything?
Well, the chamber is part of, we help the Downtown Effingham Business Group. And so we're going to do our hometown Christmas December 3rd. So that's always a lot of fun downtown, celebrating the holidays. But I guess before that, I was just thinking about that because I probably, did something for them here recently. But Halloween, we have the Halloween parade, and maybe not so much for the community, but I'm looking forward to, I'm having a planning session with the staff on September the 16th, so we could really sit down and focus on what the chamber is going to be, doing for next year. So there's a survey that went out to our members. So if our members are listening, and, the deadline to get that in is the end of this month, but so we want your feedback. We want to know what kind of initiatives and programs that our members would like to see, and hopefully we could, make some of those happen in next year. So
awesome. Lots of fun stuff going on. What do you got, Jeff?
Really, I would just suggest that anybody that's interested in the many, many, many things that get planned with the chamber throughout the year is to go to the chamber website and look at the calendar. It is full. Every day of every month has something going on. Either a specific business is being highlighted, or they're running a special program. All of those things are included, and so certainly take advantage of that, because it's really amazing what the ladies here in the office plan and do every single day. I heard there was a very successful business after hours just last evening at JB Esker's and Totopoulos, and so it's events like that where people can make connections with other people, whether it be businesses or individuals with businesses. I was just sharing with Lucinda just a little while ago that just some of my contacts that I've made meeting with businesses through my job as the Workforce Development Director has helped me on my personal family side, because I knew these places had certain resources that my family needs. And so, it's when you make those connections, then all of a sudden it takes the guesswork out of a lot of things that we have to do as people. So take take a look at the website, and a lot of great information. Check out ecjobs.org. You can look for a job. You can apply for a job. There's several of them posted. And if you need any assistance, you can email me in there.
So tell me where to find the Effingham Chamber calendar on the World Wide Web.
Yeah, it's effinghamcountychamber.com. And then there's going to be, options on the right corner side of the website, and you just go to the event section, and there's a chamber calendar, and then we also have a community calendar. So if you want to look at just community events or chamber events, and of course you can look at both combined. But yeah, we publish information that the community sends us. So you can, if you have an event that you want us to post, there's a submit an event section on there as well. So
awesome. That's a great resource. And again, don't underestimate the value of networking. There's so much going on out there that's not necessarily on our radars until we talk a little bit over an appetizer or two. So it was really great talking to you guys today. I'm so excited for the Apprenticeship Symposium, for Manufacturing Day. Be thinking about what you're going to do to support apprenticeships during National Apprenticeship Week, November 14th through the 18th. And I will be seeing you guys around here soon. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
You've been listening to Workforce Innovation News powered by LWIA 23. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. To learn more about LWIA 23, visit lwa23.net.